Hey guys, welcome back to Blow Moonlight Vlogs, or hello if you're new. My name is Raven, and on this channel I like to talk about everything handmade, homemade, and cozy. Today I am doing my hair at home, so I would love it if you cozied up with a cup of something warm. And I wanted to talk about my mental health. If you're new here, I've done a few mental health updates in the past. I do have mental illness, and I try to be pretty open about that, so just so that we can all learn to be more comfortable talking about it. I feel like once we start talking about it openly, things will get better. We're doing a mental health update. I wanted to talk about some of the ways I've been coping with this entire situation, and I know that a lot of us are being affected in one way or another. Some of us might be going in one direction. I'll get into that in the video. Before we jump in, I'm going to tell you what I'm using. A few weeks ago, I posted a video of using Arctic Fox Rosé, and my hair wasn't completely white, so as it faded it started going more peach. So I decided to use a deeper pink just to sort of like cover up the yellowness, which I think it came out pretty good. It's been like this for a couple of weeks because I did not get around to filming this intro, but I am using Arctic Fox Virgin Pink. Also my nails match it, which is kind of exciting. It's held really well. I'm actually being a lot less careful with this than I was with the pastel color, so I'm really excited with how my hair came out. Let's jump into the video. Are you okay? Yeah? Good? Hi. 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 Okay. Ooh, that is really overexposed. Hold up. That's better, I think. So, it's really cloudy today, and I just don't want to talk as much as I was planning to because it's cloudy and I'm in a bad mood, which is not the plan. I'm gonna try and talk anyway. But it was storming last night and I was just so mad about it. Let's rewind. Let's get a drink. So Daisy's keeping me company today. She's looking super cute. I think her and I are both feeling off today because it's so cloudy and yucky. It's one thing when it's in the fall, you know, it's like a break from the summer heat, but like when you're waiting for spring to come and we had really nice weather for like a week. Well, it's gone. He'll probably be back soon, but I'm just not feeling it today. I wanted to talk about my mental well-being as of late. Contrary to today, I've actually been in a really good place, all things given, and I've done videos talking about being in a bad place. And the reason why I am willing to talk about being in a bad place is because I think a lot of us are afraid to talk about it. It's very terrifying to open up to the internet because I can't control who watches it or how someone receives it. But I feel like I can't ask other people to feel open with their emotions and ask people to learn how to take better care of themselves if I'm not willing to be open with my emotions. There are previous mental health updates, if you were wondering. Normally I went through something really bad, like a really bad depressive episode. Now I'm fine. Sometimes I'll just talk about how hard the episode was, but today I just kind of wanted to talk because I feel like I'm finally getting better at using coping mechanisms, and I feel like, I don't know, I've been really proud of how I've handled myself. I wanted to talk about how it can get better, and it does take time, and I might go into like when I started some of these coping mechanisms or started like trying to learn. This isn't a how to fix your problem thing, but just a hey, there are things you can do, there are things you can try, and with time it gets better, because I didn't think it would. I hadn't seen anyone talk about how it would get better. I recently watched Porcelain's video where she was dyeing her hair and then talking about murder mysteries, which was very interesting to watch, and I really liked that idea. I don't have anything that cool to talk about, but I figured I want to do more talking videos, but I can't sit still and talk to you guys unless I'm doing something. So my answer was either dye my hair or I could crochet with you guys, which I think would be another interesting video. So I'm going to be mixing mostly Virgin Pink with a little bit of Girls Night. It's starting to rain again. Oh, I didn't even realize I had instructions on here. I've been watching the videos on how to use it this entire time. I almost feel like this is dark enough that I didn't need the purple. Maybe a little bit more pink. Double the amount of pink. And I stir with my whisk because I have it, so I'm gonna use it. Is it necessary? No, but I bought it, so I'm gonna use it. Maybe it's a good thing that I'm dyeing my hair today. It's getting me super happy, super excited, super pumped. I just remembered I have a lot of hair. No going back. When quarantine first started, I think I was just sort of like everyone. Oh, it's on my face. It's on my face. When quarantine first started, I feel like we started way later than everyone else did. So like I knew it was coming, but it was still just sort of a, what do I do? I felt like it wasn't going to affect me because I already stay at home. I did really dislike the idea of like, I stay at home all the time and now I can't even go out on the weekends. Not as in a, oh, my weekends are so important, but just sort of a, it feels really good to be able to go out once a week. Having that little bit taken away just felt like it was taking all I had left. So when it started, I felt like it shouldn't affect me because I stay at home. I'd be bummed, but like obviously it's worth it, and it is, but I just didn't think it would affect me. I might have overdone it on media consumption, or maybe it was just really hitting me harder than I expected. I had a lot of trauma responses to it. Maybe it was like the second week or the first week, everything's very blurry. I started disassociating, which I've never done as an adult. I do remember when quarantine first started and everyone kept talking about how much more time they had. I was like, wow, I have more time too? I was like, wow, I'm gonna have so much more time to get stuff done. It did not occur to me that like I have the same amount of time because I'm home the same amount of time. And so I kind of got upset when I realized that like I still have the same amount of things to do. I don't get the extra time. Everyone keeps saying things like, your house isn't clean when you come out of quarantine. It was never a matter of not having time. I was like, my house is never clean. There are smarter people that know how to do hair better than I am watching this going, what are you doing? I've been talking for 16 minutes. Oh, if this isn't the best way to section off your hair to do the ends, let me know in the comments because I don't know how to section hair. And I kept telling myself I was supposed to be fine, and then out of nowhere, I wasn't fine anymore, but I couldn't tell that I wasn't fine. I'm normally a pretty productive person. I do have ADHD and I do struggle with executive function disorder, but I have coping mechanisms to help me most days. Some days, like, there's just nothing you can do, which is how it is for like everything. Just some days are worse than others. I could not get myself to get up to do the most basic things, but I didn't feel depressed. And I didn't even realize I was avoiding doing things until things like my blood sugar would drop and I'd be like, I don't remember if I ate today. Or it'd be like the middle of the night and I'd be going to pee and I'd be like, I don't think I peed today. And I don't think I drank water today, or like anything. I definitely felt like I wasn't hearing the messages from my body like I should be. Like I wasn't going, oh, I'm thirsty, and then not getting up to take care of it. I just couldn't tell I was thirsty anymore. That went on and it kept getting worse. I remember the big struggle that was ticking me off was I kept, like, I'd be like, wow, you need to drink water. And this is my water cup. I keep it with me all the time, or I have a red one too. And I would like get up, go to the kitchen and realize I had forgotten the cup, or I would bring it to the kitchen and then leave the kitchen, not fill up the cup, not bring the cup back, or I would fill up the cup and leave it on the counter. But in almost every scenario, I wasn't getting water and I wasn't keeping it with me. Or there were a few days I would leave my cup by my bedside table and I would not remember to get it throughout the day. So I was just thirsty all the time, but not realizing I was thirsty. And that was also how it was going with food. I'd get up, realize that I haven't eaten when my blood sugar is already dropping. And I wasn't doing anything, which is so weird to say. It wasn't that I was procrastinating. It wasn't that I didn't want to do the things I was supposed to do. I was just sitting on the couch, not doing anything. At most, I was like watching videos, TikToks on my phone, or I would put on a show and actually watch it. I wouldn't be scrolling. I wouldn't be doing anything. And I've never experienced that before. That was entirely new. And I have a friend who is a mental health professional. And throughout this entire quarantine in our area, she's been reaching out, trying to like check in on people's well-being, check in on people in general, make general motivational content to let us know, you know, what we're doing is fine. We're not, like, we don't need to be doing all of the things. And she let me know that what I was experiencing is called disassociation, which I remember going through it as a kid, but I don't remember ever going through it as an adult and not something like that where it was so very much. She let me know that what I was experiencing is disassociation. I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to be inaccurate and I don't know, insult someone who has like a dissociative disorder or who goes through it on a regular basis. I know that disassociation can be a trauma response. I don't know, it's harder to tell when you're the one going through it. But the weird part was that I didn't feel depressed. I wasn't like, I know what depression feels like. That one I know for sure, and I know what my depression feels like. I didn't feel that. I didn't feel that at most of the points. I just like shut down. When I started to come out of it, one of the things that I've noticed that I did, and I'm really proud that I did, and I'm like, for me, it's like the biggest sign of progress. I did not guilt trip myself at any point for the fact that I wasn't cleaning enough. I wasn't eating the healthiest. I would notice and be like, this isn't the best decision, but hey, you're eating. That's coming from a person who is pretty overcritical of themselves. I feel like I'm showing that I'm getting better at it. But I feel like that was mostly what I wanted to talk about. Is I have made progress on not berating myself and treating myself like poop. There were a lot of days where I was sleeping for like 14 hours, entirely not on a sleep schedule that I find beneficial for myself. And basically my thought was just, I'm sleeping because I'm going through a lot and my brain is trying to process it all and my body is trying to get as much rest as needed. That's okay. I'm eating more than usual because I'm going through a lot and my body is trying to make sure I have enough energy reserves. I did not emotionally eat, which is why I feel okay using that logic. I think had I been emotionally eating, I would have just had a different perspective on it. But so far, everything that has been happening has been, it's going to be okay. It's okay to not be okay right now. And like normal will come back. It might be a different normal, but normal will come back. This is like a break between normals. And I think that's fine. It's hard, but it's fine. As I was starting to get back to normal, I did it slowly. And I think I got really excited about the progress of it going well in the first place. And then I jumped the gun. But to do it slowly, I used the app Epic Win, and you don't have to use this app, but it was good for me because of how the app worked. We're on the last section of hair. I feel like I didn't talk about as much as I was planning to, but I also feel like I don't need to go into too much detail. I was going through what we're all going through. If you guys want me to talk about like some of the coping mechanisms I've been working on, some of them I've been working on for like 5 years. Some of them might be longer than that and I didn't realize they were coping mechanisms. I purposely started working on coping mechanisms to be kinder to myself at least 5 years ago. It took 5 years of work to get to where I feel like I can see the progress very strongly. I know there's been progress between here and then, but like I just know that the Raven 5 years ago would not have handled this situation the way I did today. And the first steps I started taking to like find a new normal and rebuild a routine, because you guys know I love my routines. I depend on them for my normalcy. I think we all do, and some maybe stronger than others. Basically, I just started working on building habits, and it didn't have to be at a time and it didn't have to be in an order, but they had to get done. So, these are the empty box and I didn't mean to drop it. All of the habits I was working on were for myself, not for YouTube and not for productivity or anything like that. I wasn't focused on cleaning. I wasn't focused on anything. The habits that for me were really important for me to work on, I had to eat breakfast, because if I didn't eat breakfast, I wouldn't eat the meals that followed. Fill up my water cup. I had to make coffee because caffeine is good for me. I had to go outside. I had to read a chapter every day. I had to check on my plants because I got 2 plants in quarantine. I got an aloe named Hugh and a opuntia cactus named Gertie. Making sure I was like taking care of them every day has been a part of my list, which I have. It was just it was basic things like that. It wasn't anything super high expectations of myself. Showering was one of them. After like a few days, I was like, I'm gonna start wearing makeup again. Even if it was just coming in here and putting on like a bit of mascara, that counted as like taking time to put on makeup. Just in general, I let myself go at my own pace. After a few days of doing that, I would add tasks like, hey, unload the dishwasher or anything like that. I think a week or 2 of that really helped me to get back into some of my regular routine habits. I do think I jumped into a regular routine habit way too hard. I'm happy I did it because the first day went really well. and I felt very good about it. And then the second day I woke up and I was so mentally exhausted that I just could not function. That was not very fun. All right, I'm gonna go grab a bag to put over my head and then I'll finish talking with a bag on my head. That's fine. I'm gonna like clean as I talk for a minute. The first day that I went back to normal, I had done calendar blocking. I had done to-do lists in my bullet journal. I was feeling really good about it, and I think I definitely learned a few things from that day. I think it was just mentally shocking to like go from doing almost nothing all day to like, we're gonna be real productive, real like right now. Sort of like when you go back to school and like that first day, you're just like, cool, summer break was very nice. Everything was great, loved it. Oh, all my friends are here. Oh, the people I don't like are here. Oh, you're expecting me to learn new things this year. Oh, I have a new teacher. And then you come home and you're just like, I'm just gonna go to sleep for an eternity. Or when you start a new job, that's also how I feel. I think what I'm going to work on doing is I'm gonna have a work day every other day so that I can have like a day to rest in between. I don't like doing that because I feel like I'm just not gonna get enough done. But like also that's still at least twice as productive as I was before because I wasn't doing anything. I get really excited when I get some productivity done, and I just, once you're on a roll, you want to keep going, and like I hate taking breaks. That's where I'm currently at, is like I've been okay. I've been trying to be really kind to myself. I've been treating myself the way I would hopefully treat a small child. If you're tired, you sleep. If you need to eat, if it's been a few hours, you should probably eat. You should probably be getting up and getting something to drink. Keep your sippy cup with you, and just in general, I'm gonna clean up in here. I'm actually gonna let this sit for like for a while. I basically plan to edit a video today, which will be up already for you, hopefully. And I also really want to clean so bad. I just really want a clean house. I might watch some Clean With Me's, put on a playlist, and I don't know, I'll talk to you tomorrow with like my hair all done and stuff. Probably gonna do the outro tomorrow for sure, because I don't think I should say goodbye to you with this lovely do. All right, guys, that was my mental health update and hair dyeing adventure. I really wanted to do more videos of like talking while I do something unrelated. I find it a lot easier to talk when I keep my hands busy. I know that we are all being affected by the current situation in different ways. Some of us might be overly productive and coping by getting a lot of things done at a really rapid pace, and I just want to say, if that's how you're dealing with it, that is valid and that is okay. Just remember to be gentle with yourself and try to make sure you're taking care of all your basic needs and prevent burnout. If you are underproducing, or you feel like you're not doing enough, or you're not doing fast enough or well enough, that is completely okay. Right now, we are all going through this scenario that none of us were prepared for. This is not a normal time. You do not owe it to yourself to learn a new language or start a new hobby or start a side hustle. It is completely okay to just exist and take care of your basic needs right now. There is nothing wrong with that. That is also valid. If you're falling into a depressive episode and you're not able to take care of yourself to the best of your ability, try to just hit the basic. We're all being affected differently, and however you're handling it, just make sure you're doing the best you can for yourself and be gentle with yourself and others. Let me know how you're doing in the comments down below. If you need a safe space, I try to make sure that my comments are always respectful. If you see someone, be kind. I don't have the answer on how we're gonna get through this. I just know that we have to be gentle. I will be posting a vlog next week and hopefully another video. Until then, don't forget to hit subscribe and find the magic in the small things. Bye.